It's nice. Exactly. It
feels
feels
nice.
good
It
because you
feels
can get
good.
all close to it.
You can play with it a little bit.
Yeah,
You can get a
it's
little
my
sexy with it.
Yeah,
It's
you
my
can play with
microphone.
it.
We are
Well, if you
we are
wanna do
very
that.
clear.
All right,
If you want
guys.
to do NPR,
You can hear us
you
Ready
just
to
very
podcast?
closely here. Are we ready to podcast?
We're ready to podcast.
Let's
Ready to
podcast.
Everybody's wearing a beanie but me.
All right, Cracker Jacks, you're listening to the Hot Science Podcast. Get ready to jam.
This is Brad Cotter,
Matt Forgy.
Matt Livingston.
and you're listening to the Hot Science Podcast. We're here in the lab working hard to bring you the hottest science on the planet. Disclaimer, we are not scientists, but a group of lovable chums who like to talk about what's happening in the world around us with you, our listeners, who are the smartest, most attractive people in the world. Ooh, sweet Christmas!
Oh,
Sweet Christmas.
It's December, baby.
deck the halls.
Oh, it's Christmas time. Fa la la
la la la la.
la. It's Hot Science Podcast. We're talking about some fun stuff for our lovelies that are listening in. And we're entering the cold months of December, even though right now it's like 67 degrees outside.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The
So
world
chilly.
is ending.
The world is dying.
Guys, what's your favorite thing about Christmas? Mine is the magic.
I like how you asked the question and then immediately answered it.
Well, here's a question for you. Matt Livingston,
Yes, sir.
what is your ultimate Christmas wish?
Ultimate Christmas wish.
Ultimate Christmas wish.
That's very open ended.
Yeah.
What is your
I know. We
ultimate...
didn't even get to talk about our favorite thing about Christmas.
Are we talking
yet.
like gift, or are we talking like
Just a
my,
wish?
My Christmas wish?
Yeah, well, define a gift, man. It's what on Christmas would make you the happiest. What Christmas wish,
Oh, man.
as LBJ, little baby Jesus, what is he
Wait.
going to bestow upon you for your Christmas
But that's
wish?
bestow upon me. Like, I mean, I don't know.
It doesn't have to be about you. What do you want to wish for on Christmas, man? What's your ultimate Christmas wish?
Christmas wish.
I wish no pain. I wish everybody has a good fucking day. Yeah.
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 Ultimate Christmas
Ultimate
wish.
Christmas wish.
I mean, that's
No
not a bad
pain. I mean, you can't go
Well, I
wrong
mean-
with peace on earth,
one. I'm going to...
Yeah, but that's
goodwill
yeah.
towards men, all that stuff.
What about you, Forgy? What's
I don't
your,
know. Ultimate Christmas wish, just a day off.
Nice. Truth. That's it. No, that's it.
Oh
No,
yeah, that's what I want for
that's-
Christmas.
Survey says...
Ding.
Bullseye!
Bullseye.
You
One
smashed
day
that
off.
shit.
If I had one Christmas wish that I could wish this holiday season, it would be for all the children of the world to join hands and sing together in the spirit of harmony and peace.
That's a really lame Christmas wish.
What?
That's a Saturday Night Live reference, man. That's a Steve Martin bit.
Oh shit.
Oh, nice.
I thought you just read some kind of weird inspirational shit
No.
off your phone.
Kids, go out there.
Everybody sing.
Everybody, the kids and the adults, go out there, YouTube it. Steve Martin, Christmas Wish.
Nice.
You'll enjoy
Shout out.
yourself.
Steve
Shout out
Martin.
to Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. R.I.P.
Steve Martin is not deceased.
Oh,
I
his
know.
career is,
I know.
though.
Oh,
No way,
whoa!
dude.
That is hot science
Hot
right there.
science.
You are burning Steve
Fuck
fucking
you.
Martin.
Steve Martin is a god.
Royalty, exactly. But
Oh.
yeah.
He was a presence in the movie theater we worked at for quite some time.
Oh, absolutely.
Steve Martin, I mean, as a banjo player,
That guy's cheaper
I
by the
love
dozen.
Steve Martin.
That's
Oh,
true.
okay,
He is
if we're
very
talking
accomplished as a
the
No, he's just an
legitimacy-
amazing human being, but
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he can tickle banjo.
Look, his legitimacy is not in question.
No,
Clearly,
I don't.
he's
I didn't mean. No, I
he's a
quoted him.
first-rate citizen.
I quoted
and-
him.
yeah.
That was my quote because I was assuming that somebody out there would get it.
Right. Sorry, man.
Guys,
we let
you
you
know-
down.
You know what my favorite way to start a podcast is?
What?
With a little segment called Interesting Things I Found on the Internet. In the news. We got some conspiracy theories.
Oh,
shit.
Cue the X-Files theme, Larry.
From Newsweek, the headline reads, Fake Apollo moon landing photo claims to show proof the mission was a hoax. To preface this, I'm going to say if you're listening to this on a computer where you can search things, either desktop or in your hand, look up just like Apollo mission.
Look up anything.
Yeah, like Apollo mission
space-related
helmet
conspiracy.
reflection, and that'll get you to what we're looking at. We're looking at a picture here.
That's 2 pictures.
This is from Newsweek.
Sorta.
Newsweek says almost 50 years after man walked on the moon, the giant leap for mankind is under the microscope once again. With conspiracy theorists convinced they have proof of the moon landing was faked. This photo, uploaded to YouTube last week by a user named StreetCap1, is entitled Reflection in a Visor and suggests this could mean the 1972 moon landing in particular was staged. Matt Forgy,
Yes.
for our listeners who are the smartest and most lovely people in the world,
Mm-hmm.
describe what we're looking at in this photo.
Where you're looking at a photo of a astronaut's face, basically. Got a close-up on a helmet, reflection of moon surface in the helmet. You know, your basic astronaut helmet, dome face. And then in the reflection, there's a circle over a reflection of another astronaut. Like there's another astronaut in the reflection, and that's broke down next to it, bigger, all zoomed in and blurry.
It's the curved front of a space helmet, an
Yeah.
American spacesuit, and you see a reflection of a man standing what appears to be next to like a rock formation.
So
Yeah,
what
some
is
moon
what is,
formation.
what is conspiracy about this?
Well,
What
what's
is-
conspiracy, Matt Livingston? People think that the other man in the spacesuit that is standing on the curvature is a man that's not wearing a spacesuit. They blow this image
Yeah.
up, and
I
they
mean,
see
he kind of looks like he's just wearing like
they
a
see
hoodie.
a dude wearing like a puffy rain jacket and jeans and white sneakers that's part of the crew that was just standing there, and they accidentally got him in the film.
All right.
in the reflection of the fake moon landing.
Yeah. StreetCap1 says over the years such conspiracy theories have been debunked. But he's saying that I'm just going to post this. I thought it was weird. I'm just going to post this on YouTube.
I'd say the weirder thing is
That
where's
street
the,
cap is the one that got us
who
this
took
photo.
the picture? Like, where's the reflection of the thing that took the picture in the visor? Like, that's my question.
Which astronaut
That's
was
close,
taking the
man.
picture? I'm sure we could find that out. I'm
That's
sure
a pretty
you could.
good question,
Well,
actually.
okay.
Just looking at this picture.
Well,
We're
here's the
diving
thing.
into conspiracy theories.
We are diving.
I know people that are listening can't see this picture at all.
No, that's why we're asking them to Google it.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
No, we'll put it in the
because
links.
we'll put it in the
It'll be
thing.
in the links.
We'll put a
you
link
know,
on
for
it.
the,
it's
Yeah,
going to be in this description. But the biggest thing I wanted to get with this is that there have been conspiracy theories about moon
Oh, yeah.
landing
We've
stuff
all heard
since
about
it
it.
happened.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Since it happened, and that's a like.
What if this is the one picture, though? I know where you're going with that, but, like, if there's this one picture blows it all out of proportion, and it's all because of Street Cap 1.
Street Cap 1.
He deserves
Blew
He
Yeah.
deserves
lid
a
off.
Blew
monetary
the lid off
compensation.
of that. Street Cap 1.
Okay, well, guys,
I just love usernames because that's such a weird thing.
Street Cap
Okay.
1.
Let's talk conspiracy. Let's get into it. Let's get hot science on it.
is the moon landing
False.
real? Did we land the what we remember from the first man walking on the moon? Is that real footage?
Of course it's real footage.
Is it
Well,
real
is it
footage
real
of someone
footage?
walking on
Yeah.
the moon?
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Common
I-
consensus
yes.
is that, yes, it's real.
Yes.
But there's some pretty interesting shit out there that would suggest otherwise.
Well, it's not. It's just someone trying to poke holes in the
Right.
not believing the official story that the way that it actually the way that we've been told that it went
Space
down.
gave us-
Not believing that story it makes you a conspiracy theorist.
So you believe that we've landed on the moon?
I would say yes. All signs point to yes.
Yeah.
If I was an 8-ball, I mean, you know,
Sure.
I mean, with all the information that's out there that I've been given as a human being on this
Yeah, I would say
planet right now, I would say yes.
Probably. Yeah.
I would say probably. But with that being said,
Let's devil's
perception is
advocate.
reality.
Yeah.
Like, our perception is that a rocket left Earth carrying astronauts bound for the moon. Everyone watched this on live TV. The only evidence that we have I'm fucking reading this, and I
That's
can't
true.
read, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
Just say it, man.
no. Well, I was gonna say. Okay, that brings up a good
Well,
point.
here's the thing:
No,
is
well,
it's like
we're
I
talking
believe that it happened, right?
Yeah,
I believe
yeah.
that we've landed on the moon. It makes sense for what I've known, but there's people out there that have come up with. We were having a conversation the other night. Matt came up with a very compelling argument for why these conspiracies exist.
Yeah.
Why people still question this to where it's like you and I, we see it in school growing up. It's part of History Channel documentaries. You see the moon landing footage, and we all take that for fact.
Yeah.
So why are there other people out there that
and why-
refuse to believe that happened?
Well, and why haven't they done it again? That's one of my things.
Well,
I know,
NASA would say because there's nothing else to learn.
Yeah, and NASA has. Well, there's been like manned moon missions. There's been a ton of people that have been to the
crux
moon
about
that
the
are other
conspiracy theory
astronauts.
idea. The conspiracy theory idea being, it's like, well, of course there's nothing else to learn. Of course that's what you would say, NASA.
Sure.
And it's like,
Well, okay. I just had this thought, and it's something we really haven't talked about. But I literally just had the thought of why, when that happened, that brought the entire world together for a minute. That was like a big deal, and especially America and the whole thing. There was the Cold
Space
War,
race,
all
man.
this stuff.
Yeah.
But that brought everybody together, and NASA is always trying to get people to give them money to keep it going. It's being shut down. There's all this shit going on with NASA. It's always failing. If they went to the moon every 5 years and were like, guys, we're going to go to the moon, national event, live TV, going to the moon, I would tune into that every single year.
Sure.
And if you can go to the moon and like heal the wounds of a country, you could do that all the fucking time. When are people going to be like, live camera to the moon? I don't want to watch that.
Okay. Well, this
that brings us up a good point. Live camera to the
Live
fucking
camera
moon.
to the moon. Why would that not be a thing?
well, and here's what I'm saying is that there's these conspiracy theories out there. So
Richard Branson, get on that. Live camera to the
Elon
moon.
Musk, get on that.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
I know what you really are, Elon Musk. I'm calling
I
you
know
out.
what you are.
Come on this podcast and tell me that you don't think that you're a supervillain. Debate me, Elon Musk. Hot Science Podcast. Do it. We'll make a special out of
Oh,
it. We'll
man.
put it out on
The
a
biggest
Saturday.
special.
It'll be crazy.
Saturday.
Saturday show. Brad Carter versus Elon Musk.
Versus Elon Musk. I'd just be like, prove to me you're not Lex Luthor. And he'd be like, I have hair. And I'd be like, right now.
Yeah.
But it goes back to the point that it's like, why you came up with some compelling evidence.
I really want to try and read this. Not read it like
Matt
try and make
had
it
some-
stage, but-
Yeah,
Well,
Matt's
just-
got good
just
stuff.
set the
Matt's
stage.
got good
Set the stage
conspiracy
for it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's
set
not.
the
It's not.
stage.
Not conspiracy. I know what you're saying.
Conspiracy
Perception.
is just a.
The idea of
it's just
perception.
Conspiracy is not a dirty word, guys.
No,
Yeah, it's not.
Conspiracy
Yeah,
is
it
not
has-
a
it
dirty
gets a
word.
bad rap.
It's it's a dirty word.
It's not a dirty word. It
It's
shouldn't
not a
be a
dirty
dirty
word.
word.
No, it's just not. I mean, it's not 100%.
It's collusion. That's all it
believing-
means. Conspiracy to means it's collusion to keep something hidden.
That's true.
It's like
If
you're
there's
just
a conspiracy surrounding it, it's because someone's trying to cover something up.
well, but Matt says, okay, it's like he's done the research. We're saying that it's like we all generally believe that it's like based on science, we've been to the moon.
Yeah.
And then you have all these theorists out there that are coming up with reasons that we haven't been to the moon. And you deep dived on some of that stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
you went off the
So
deep end.
so give me what you got, man.
Well, what I wrote after our conversation the other night is perception is reality. A rocket left Earth carrying astronauts bound for the moon. Everyone watched this on live TV. The only pictures that we were shown were the ones provided by the mission, obviously. Mission success. Mission success. We landed. We explored. We left. Flawlessly. In space. First try. In 1969. On live TV. Perception.
Yeah.
A capsule parachutes back into the ocean containing the first people to go to the moon. Excellent.
We did it.
We did it. It would have been much easier to launch these astronauts into a low Earth orbit for 8 days while you run the Flawless Space Mission video package directed by Stanley Kubrick than to actually go to the moon. I'm not saying we didn't go to the moon. I'm just saying NASA wanted the public's perception to be that we had landed on the moon, thus winning the space race. There is no such thing as magic. Magicians only control your perception so that you don't see the trick. NASA had the motivation, resources, and ability to play the magic trick on everyone. Besides keeping the information secret, faking it would have been pretty easy. way easier than actually doing it.
Well,
I do want to.
it brings up a good point. It would have been way easier to fake the moon
I
landing
hope we
than
did
to
it. If we
actually
didn't
go
do
to the
it,
moon.
holy fuck. If
That's
Oh, yeah,
some strategic maneuvering.
Yeah.
if we didn't do
That's
it,
some strategic manipulation.
Yeah, but brilliant though.
Oh, man.
it's fucking brilliant.
Oh, man.
If it is fake,
cha-
that
oh,
is
if it's-
that is
if
one
it's
of the
fake-
biggest polls
exactly.
Oh,
in the,
yeah.
the
Well,
nature of human history.
Yeah.
That was my
Yeah.
first thing. Was that what I just read was my first idea. Thinking about this, moon landing fakeness shit. And then my second was, why don't we have a picture of the flag? Let's turn the Hubble and let it take a picture of the
flag on
of
the
the
moon.
of the Apollo, spots of the shit that's still there, the space trash. The
Yeah,
footprints.
the footprints,
Yeah.
all the
I want
stuff, yeah.
fucking I want an HD camera to take a picture of the footprints. But the way that, if you Google it, you can.
Well, the Hubble.
I
could
literally Googled, can you see Apollo 11 from Earth? And what comes up in Google, Google's a fucking asshole. You ready for this? It says, as you well know,
Pretentious
Oh,
dick.
as you well
pretentious
know,
Google.
no telescope on Earth can see the leftover descent stages of the Apollo lunar modules or anything else Apollo related. Not even Hubble can discern evidence of the Apollo landings. The laws of optics define its limits. Well, apparently,
What does that mean, Google?
apparently, I'm
The
no
laws of
scientist,
optics
obviously, but the way
defy
that the way
its
that
limits.
optics work, like it has to
It can't
be huge.
zoom in. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be like the size of a football
It's
field.
got to be
for,
it's got to be a planet. Yeah.
yeah.
It takes planet
we can
pictures.
get digital images from other galaxies.
This lens doesn't.
Maybe not
zoom.
other galaxies, but within our galaxy, the Hubble telescope has been able. We were talking about this the other night, and it's the fact that Matt was telling me this, to where he says, "Show me a high-res image of something that is evidence that we landed on the moon," and when I Google it, that
There's nothing.
on a
Yeah,
Google
yeah.
image search, it's not there.
It's
Well,
not
why
there.
is
Yeah.
when I
That's the,
Google image that? Why is that not in the top?
No, but
three
that's
images?
fuel for
Yeah.
fire for conspiracy. That's why it's
Sure
a
it
conspiracy.
is.
That's why
That's
there's
why
so
it's a
many
conspiracy.
conspiracies because basically when someone asks for proof that we went to the moon, people say, "Duh, NASA has footage of it, bro." And that's the explanation that you get. It's like, duh, we went to the moon. Yeah, no shit. But no, we don't have any actual proof. We have more proof that Jesus existed than we went to the fucking moon. I mean, we have rocks and we have whatever, but it's all relative. It's all subjective because it all comes from the same source. So it's like we need a third party, like fucking,
Yeah, we need somebody to go to the moon and get us those pictures.
Here's what gets me.
Well, I still don't understand
Here's
why
what gets
nobody's
me.
gone back to the moon and made it an event.
Well,
Why
because
has that not been an event?
here's my thing. Can I
Why
interject?
hasn't a Japanese company sent a fucking drone to the moon?
Yeah, anybody, any country. Like instead of Kim Jong whatever doing the nuclear test, he should just shoot a dude to the moon. Way more publicity.
Dude, if we
I
should
hear he
start a
loves
we should
Tupac.
start a GoFundMe. I mean, actually,
Somebody
no.
get
There's so
Tupac,
much
who's still
hunger in the
alive.
world. We
Yeah.
shouldn't start a GoFundMe to shoot something to the moon because it doesn't fucking matter. We should start a GoFundMe to feed people, if anything. But
Burn.
By the way, that reminds me of Mike Hughes, who we were talking about last week.
Oh
Was-
man, this was the flat Earth guy, right?
He was delayed in being able to put the rocket up. Wasn't able to do that. We heard that last week. He was supposed to do it this week. Still didn't happen. And so,
Mike,
however, though,
flat Mike.
I do want to say we've been talking a lot about what ifs and maybes.
Right.
And next week,
What if he does it?
if he's able to make it, we have a special guest. It's going to shed some light on everything.
Mike Hughes?
He's going to talk about Mike Hughes. He's going to talk about the polar ice caps. He's going to talk about Hillary Clinton and how she's a cyborg that was invented by Donald Trump. There's going to be some stuff.
are you
that-
talking about Randy, the random
I'm-
conspiracy theorist?
I'm talking about.
Okay.
I wouldn't go so far as to call him a theorist because this guy has credentials.
He's Randy, the
I've
Randy
conspiracy
the rando.
conspiracy authority.
I don't want to weird you
Well-
guys out. I have had clandestine meetings
Whoa.
with Randy where he has told me some things that I said, dude, we've got a public voice come on the show.
Yeah,
His
on.
name isn't Randy. We call him Randy because
That's-
he's rando.
Well,
Right.
because we have
Randy
to
the
protect
Rando.
this individual.
Well, yeah, because he's
Right.
off grid.
He's off the grid.
Absolutely.
We're not a
Absolutely
conspiracy
off
show,
grid.
though. I mean, we're talking
shit is
about
hot
moon.
science.
But when
man.
you have an opportunity like this to get somebody that's got the facts, that knows, that has been
When,
on the ground level,
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm not going to pass that up.
You
I
almost
have
went a little-
journalistic
You
integrity.
almost went a little Busey on that. You were like, you got the facts.
Well, there's a little bit of Busey in all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, did you know they found the Yeti?
They found it?
Yeah, we've figured out what Yetis are all about.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah,
Okay, explain where
Do you
we
know what a
found
Yeti is
the
to begin
Yeti.
with? You know Yeti.
the abominable
The
snowman.
yeah.
It's the cold one. The Yeti's the
cold
cold
one.
one.
The cold Bigfoot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, whatever.
According to a report from sciencemag.org, in the folklore of Nepal, the Yeti looms large. The creature is often depicted as immense, shaggy, ape human that roams the Himalayan hinterlands. Purported sightings over the years, as well as scattered remains secreted away in monasteries or held by shamans, have hinted to some that the Yeti is not merely a mythical boogeyman, but DNA analysis of 9 samples purported to be from the abominable snowman in India and Bhutan revealed that 8 actually came from various species of bears.
They were just snow bears.
They were just bears.
They're Himalayan brown bears.
Himalayan
and
brown
that's
bears.
8 out of 9. The 9th one was a dog.
Really?
Yeah.
That Yeti was a dog.
So Yetis are just bears and a dog.
And a dog.
Yeah.
All the reports of
Nice one.
Yetis.
They had
Was
been
a
on,
dog.
they went to all these different monasteries where it was like these ancient we have procured these Yeti sightings. Somebody brought back
Right.
the evidence. We've kept them in this hermetically sealed
Hermetically
case
thing.
for so long, and
They
then it's
did
like,
the DNA test.
yeah, they're just bears.
That's just bear.
Just brown bears. Which I can imagine. It's like if you don't know shit and you're climbing through the mountains and it's super snowy and a thing rears up on you and all you see is teeth and claws.
Oh man,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
probably,
a fucking Yeti, bro.
And I would say it's probably covered in snow.
It's yeah.
Well, it's white on the top, and when it
Yeah, it's been
picks up,
snowed on,
it's
yeah.
black on the bottom, which is
It's been
classic
snowed
Yeti.
on. Of course.
Yeah,
And then that other guy just got scared by his own dog. That's all. That
that's all that was. That guy killed a dog and was like, "Oh no, I
It
should
was
probably." It was a Yeti. Trust me.
he was babysitting his best friend's dog.
Yeah, exactly.
It died on the mountain.
He
You
was
know,
like,
he had to
"Oh, the
say
Yeti got
something.
it. Well, this is
Okay.
a piece of
That's
it,
good.
All right. Well, what that's going to bring me up to was the entire reason I put this story down.
right?"
Is we're going to do we're going to rate brown bears.
We're gonna rate animal ranking.
This is part of the animal rankings.
Animal ranks.
So how does the Yeti tie into the bear? Oh, I guess the
No, they
Well,
they went to all
Yeti-
these
yeah.
monasteries. They
Yeah.
did
Basically,
DNA
Yetis-
samples, and they were like,
It's
it's just a bear.
Yeah, Yetis don't exist.
Which, to be
They were
honest,
bears. Sorry.
the research that went into this to like figure out where the Yetis came from, people learned a shit ton about Himalayan brown bears.
right.
As far as Himalayan
is-
brown bears go,
This is rediscovered
this is
things
pretty
about,
revolutionary.
Yeah, Himalayan brown bears, but it's pretty detrimental to the Yeti.
and it's also just like
Mythos.
Yetis are just bears.
Yeah.
But brown bears, I want to rate those. Of course, our usual letter grade scale. Matt Livingston, what do you rate a brown bear? A Himalayan brown bear, if we want to get
Himalayan.
really
Ooh.
specific.
I'm gonna have to go A.
You're gonna go for an
They're,
A?
Yeah, I mean they're perfect predators. They're fantastic. They're just all
Yeah.
business.
All thriller, no filler.
Yeah.
That's a
Brown
bear.
bears are scary as hell, though. I don't know. As a person, you know.
They're vicious killing machines.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm probably gonna give it an A too. I just like bears. They can do all kinds of stuff. Brown bears, cool. They're terrifying.
I'm going to give brown bears, specifically Himalayan brown bears, an A+.
Nice for fooling everybody
Nice.
for thinking they were Yetis.
Yes.
Nice.
I have a bear tattooed on my
Excellent.
arm.
Yep.
Bears are my power animal.
Mm-hmm.
I think bears are some of the coolest creatures on the earth.
You do love a
And-
bear.
And people came off of a mountain and said, I saw a giant man monster.
And turns out it was just a bear.
A man monster.
A plus.
A
A+.
plus.
Which brings
Their score.
the consensus to an A plus for brown bears.
Mm-hmm. A plus.
Himalayan brown bears specifically, but brown
scored
bears,
high.
guess what? You get in the pass,
You're
buddy.
getting a solid pass.
And we might discuss this on another podcast, but black bears for me also A plus.
Yeah, dude. Almost
Sorry,
all
A+.
bears. I can't think of a bear that I don't give an A.
Well, black bears are they're like kind of like big dogs.
Yeah. And brown bears.
I mean, you don't want to pet them, but they're they don't attack you necessarily.
Also, just quick PSA. Like save the polar bears or whatever. Whoever has the power to do that if you can.
Yeah, polar bears are
I
cool, man.
can't. They're cool and they're like totally endangered.
Yeah. Find a thing, and like if you got some money that you can send to it, send it to it.
Send it to a thing.
Save the
I'm
polar
sure that's
bears,
a thing.
man.
But like do something about that. Although that could just be also the world.
Oh man,
Polar bears are cool, dude. I don't want to have to be that guy
Polar
that's
bears
just
are
like.
fucked, bro.
I just don't want to have
Yeah,
to be
I
that
think they
dude
might
that
be
was
fucked,
like.
actually. Okay,
When
honestly,
I was a young man, we had
it's
polar
December.
bears.
What is the day?
That's
December
true.
4th.
Yeah.
no, that's probably the case. We're gonna have
75
to
degrees.
explain to people these white
Well, they
magical
were
bears.
drowning
Oh,
like
dude.
2 years ago.
That's the new Yeti. Polar bears right there. There's gonna be mystical tales of the polar bear.
Like the moose.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, my next story was about Mike Hughes, the flat earthist that I already referenced
Yeah, we
earlier.
already did that though. We already,
We
talked
already
about
did
though.
that. Go read about it on usatoday.com. Just kind of follow up. Basically, the reason he wasn't able to do it though is because the government was like, "You can't do that."
He was literally
Well,
the government.
I looked into
the
his-
state
to
laws were
his,
like that's not how you.
I looked into
you
the
can't do that.
science of the Mike Hughes.
Oh, really?
Of what he's
As
trying
far
to
as
do.
a dude that builds rockets out of his mobile home, pretty accomplished.
No, no.
And a
Pretty
flat
accomplished dude.
Earth guy that believes the Earth is flat too. That needs to preference everything that we're talking about.
doesn't
People
believe in
need to
science.
know that he doesn't believe in science.
That's it. That's
And
the
he's
thing.
also
that's
a pretty
the crux of it
accomplished
all.
guy. Yeah.
That, like
He understands lift and
He can shoot a
propulsion and-
rocket from a trailer.
He's done
my
it. He's
question,
ridden in one.
My question
Although that's
is,
not technically
what
that impressive.
are you trying to prove?
that the
That the
Earth
world
is
is
flat.
Yeah, he totally
Okay.
said that.
How? Why? How? What are you going?
He's
you know what it
going to
is?
shoot himself up
Yeah.
high enough to be able to take a picture and,
And
be
the
like,
atmosphere flat.
"See, it's flat."
So that's
he's
it.
going
That's
up
his
in the
hypothesis.
atmosphere flat.
As
Remember that shit?
he's not into science, but he's a goddamn scientist because his hypothesis is I'm going to fly up straight and I'm going to take a picture and it's going to be flat as hell forever.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll
That's
be
his
able to-
hypothesis.
You're going to be able to see to the edge.
He's
baby.
a scientist of stupid.
I'm going to guarantee this guy doesn't believe we landed on the moon either.
Yes, that's what I want. What I want is
I want Mike Hughes in here to talk
I
to
want
Mike. I want to talk
Mike
to
Hughes
Mike
and
fucking
Elon
Hughes,
Musk
man.
and
no,
me.
no. I want evidence.
Oh man, that's
No.
a
Fatal
good. That's
three-way,
a
baby.
fatal three-way.
No,
Oh my
dude,
god.
I want evidence of the moon landing that Mike Hughes can't deny.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what? Me too.
yeah, me too.
Fair assessment.
Hot science.
It is. Man, we've been talking about some hot science.
Yep.
You know what it's time for?
Pop quiz.
A fast fact!
Oh, a fast
shit.
fact.
Fast fact! All humans are 99.9% genetically identical. I'm going to read that part again. All humans are
Nice.
99.9 genetically percentile identical.
With a period. Identical. 98 point. What is it?
99.9% identical.
99.9.
Yeah, so racist.
Racist. Stop.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Stop it.
Quit it.
You're dumb.
And
You're dumb.
98.4% of human genes, all humans, that 99.9, are the same as chimpanzees.
Oh.
So
That
for all you
explains so much.
non-evolutionists out there, go watch movie recommendation, Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes, guys. All three of them are good.
All the new ones though, the Franco.
The new
Let's
ones.
start with the Franco one.
Well, the old ones, the first,
they're
the
good.
first one's great. There's sporadically good.
They're good.
Yeah.
Watch the first one, I guess.
I remember watching an AMC marathon when I was a child.
Now it's time for the pop quiz. Pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Now, fellas, we're gonna do the last pop quiz we did. Kind of heavy.
Pretty heavy.
Pretty heavy.
You remember what that one was?
That was to
Was,
see if we were sociopaths. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, it was borderline.
Turns out we were all kind of borderline.
So we're gonna do a super fun one, as requested by the lovely, beautiful, fantastic viewers and
Nice.
listeners that we have across all social media, our internet darlings.
Just ruffling those papers, dude. Let me
Ruffling
ruffle
the
some
papers.
papers real quick.
It's time for
Ruffling
a
the
fun one.
fence.
Play at home. Send us your results.
Play at home pop quiz. Here it comes.
Can you name the artists listed in VH1's 100 greatest songs of the 90s?
Of the 90s.
Play at home,
So
guys.
there's
All right, here we
there's
go.
100?
There's 100.
How,
but
okay,
what we're
wait.
gonna
How are
do-
we going to play? Are we just shouting out songs, or are you going to walk us through something?
First of all, I want you guys to pick out a block of numbers by the 20s. So either 1 through 20, 40, 20
I am
through 40.
lost.
Okay, we pick it by 10,
Yeah, just pick 20 questions. Block of 20 questions.
and then you're just going to ask us. We'll just
I'm going to give you the song. You're going to guess the artist.
do it. Just go it, and we'll just name them
The
if
first
we know
20
them.
are
We'll just
super
go.
easy,
We'll
though.
see who can name the most.
I have no idea.
Just hit it.
'Kay.
Let's do it.
Pop quiz. Number 1, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Nirvana.
Nirvana.
1.
Hole? What? Oh, Metallica?
Nope.
What?
One.
Same as song.
I don't know, man. I don't know the name of the song. One.
U2.
Ah,
I don't know
fucking
that one.
YouTube.
I don't know.
One.
You. Fuck you.
Does that have a yeah, or a hello? If it has neither of those, I don't know it.
No. I want it that way.
That's what, Britney Spears?
Nope.
Oh, it's one of the back. It's the
Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet
Nice,
Boys, you got it.
nice.
I will always love you.
Whitney Houston.
Nice. Whitney.
Vogue.
Madonna.
Madonna. Yeah.
This one's super easy. Baby Got Back.
Sir Mix-a-Lot. He was in the top 100 songs of the 90s. I guess
Hell
it makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, he's number.
Good song.
He's number
5
6.
or number
He's
6?
number
Yeah,
six.
6, yeah.
He's in the top 10.
Yeah, dude.
Baby One More Time.
Britney Spears.
That's Hit Me Baby One More Time by Britney Spears.
Waterfalls.
TLC, dude. Don't go chasing those.
Man, damn, you were fast on this for you. The first 20 are super easy.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Losing My Religion.
REM.
And Stereo. Nothing compares the number 2 you.
Sinead O'Connor. Sinead got in the top 10?
She's number 10.
Nice. Good for her. Good for Sinead.
Nice.
Number 11, Jeremy.
Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam.
Number 12, you ought to know.
Alanis Morissette.
Everybody.
I'm
on
pretty
that
good at
record.
these.
Number 13.
Like you said, the first 20.
yeah, super
yeah.
easy. Next week we could do the other the other 20.
The other 20.
Next week, right now, number 13, Nothing But a G Thing.
That's,
Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Nothing but a G thing. Snoop D-O-double-G.
Yeah.
Okay, this one tripped me up. This is the first one that tripped me up.
Okay, hit me.
Number 14, Vision of Love.
Vision of Love. Oh, man, I'm not going to get that.
Vision of Love.
Is that Ace of Base or something?
All I think about is that, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. I have no
How did?
idea.
Oh, man, yeah. I don't know that song.
It's Mariah Carey.
Mariah
Ah.
Carey.
That's why
Mariah.
you don't know it.
That's my Mariah Carey impression. It's not.
That's
a
pretty
good one.
good.
Under the Bridge.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Number
Three.
16.
The Rope Hole Chunky Poppers.
Re-hot chicky fuckers.
Yeah.
You can't touch this.
Oh, man, MC Hammer.
Hammer pants.
I had an MC Hammer
Yeah, dude, I
action
used to
figure.
watch
I had
the
an MC
cartoon.
Hammer action figure, dude, and Livingston gave it to me.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that was one of
Okay.
my birthday presents.
You guys went over me. Say my name.
Oh, Brandy.
No.
Oh, shit.
Is that
I knew that.
Destiny's Child?
Destiny's
Say my
Child.
name. Say my name.
Nice.
Easy one. Enter Sandman.
Metallica.
Easy one. Sabotage.
Beastie Boys.
Number 20. Easy one. Bop.
Hanson, obviously.
Hanson. Shout out to Stacy Newman. To Hanson.
Yeah.
Every girl I've known would get that one.
Yeah.
That's true.
that's
Chicks love bop.
true.
As a side note, I'm not trying to be sexist or generalizing anything. I just know
Right.
that most of the women that
I
I've known
know.
in my life tend to appreciate the group Hanson.
Is that the end of pop quiz, or we only just
Pop-
the first?
I mean,
20?
if you guys want to stop there, that's top 20.
Yeah, that's the, I mean,
all right.
yeah.
I mean, we nailed them. There was
Yeah.
there was nothing we didn't know.
And now,
Yeah, so we pretty much aced that.
Yeah,
So-
we aced the pop
yeah, you
quiz.
guys ace the pop.
So we're not a
If you
sociopath.
didn't ace
or
this
we-
at home, then clearly you were from a different
What do you want next
generation.
week? Do you want to continue the list, or you want to try and do
No.
a different decade? Or
I like the whenever you give us those weird personality tests, and we don't know what they are, but I don't want them
Yeah,
to be
that's
50
true.
questions long.
It's-
I want them to be 15.
it's
I want
hard
you
to
pick,
find that.
Pick the meat and potato.
Yeah,
of
it is
15
hard to
questions,
find.
and then but
A
basically
good-
say,
a good
if you
5-question
said yes to no-
personality
If you said
test.
yes to these, then you're a sociopath.
But you
If
have to
said no-
understand, though, it's like that's a lot of research because you type in, "Am I a sociopath?"
right?
The first 15 articles are
What does-
BuzzFeed.
Does Google start with "as you should know"?
As you should.
As
know.
you
As
should
you
know.
should know.
Yeah.
There are no
No,
questions.
as you're well aware.
As you're well aware, that's what it is.
It's like, fuck you. I'm not well aware. That's why I'm Googling it.
Yahoo
Have you
don't do
Googled
that.
it before? So maybe it was just like, oh,
Yeah.
you've done this before. You should be well aware.
Yahoo don't
Yeah.
do that to me, bro.
You still Yahooing?
Yahoo don't do that to me.
Bing.
Guys,
doesn't give a
Bing
fuck.
every day.
And now, a word from our sponsor. This episode of the Hot Science Podcast is brought to you by us, the Hot Science Crew. We're not currently sponsored by anyone, but if you'd like to be a part of Hot Science, we'd be happy to tell all of the beautiful listeners about your wonderful products and services. Just contact us at hotsciencepodcast31@gmail.com to get your product on the air. Thanks for listening. Oh man, we're coming to a fun one. Now, actually, do you guys want to do the fun one, or do you want to do kind of having to have opinions about stuff?
I don't care.
We can do video games, or we can do holiday movie fight. What do you want to do next?
Let's do video games first,
Okay,
and then go Hollywood movie fight.
okay, okay,
What do you think?
okay.
Yeah.
Because video games isn't that fun. We're gonna have some real discussions about some video game stuff.
You wanna plug the modem in?
Yeah, and I'm gonna take my let me take my jacket off real quick. Pop this jacket off.
Hey Larry, plug the modem in.
What are
Plug
we
the
doing?
modem in.
The modem?
Plug the
The
modem
modem.
in for video game talk, dude.
Oh, okay.
Getting ready for video game time.
We're talking about video games. Okay. Guys, video games are fun.
Mm-hmm. Love them. Like them.
Good things.
I would say I love video games.
Yeah, it's true.
To
I
me,
love 'em.
it's just the same
part
form.
of my childhood.
To me, I put like music and movies and video games in the same box.
Yeah.
To me, they're all the same. I can lose myself in this and then just enjoy
Yeah,
myself.
thorough entertainment.
It's just pure
I can
entertainment.
just eat it all day long.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the problem. Been an uproar
Ooh.
in the video game community
Mm.
about loot boxes.
Loot boxes.
The loot
All right.
box.
First of all,
I
want to ask.
kind of know what you're talking about, but I
Sure.
want you to explain it to me.
Well, do
like
you,
I'm an
Matt
idiot.
Livingston? Do you know anything about what I'm talking about? Do you know what a loot box is, or a loot crate?
A loot crate. It's stuff inside of a game that you need to progress the game.
Okay, so
Correct.
Yeah,
so
give me
here's a good
give me
example.
the skinny. For those out there who don't know what we're talking about in loot, the loot idea in a
Okay.
video game.
If you've played any kind of mobile phone game,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the times you can play the game, you can download the game and play it for free.
For free.
And then it's like it's got restrictions on the game to where it's like you can either play for so long or you need X amount of currency to progress faster,
faster in the game.
than you would be able
It's a
to
it's a
without it.
pay to play.
Right, if you choose
Honestly,
to.
if you've
patience
had a
versus money.
mobile phone game, you've almost definitely inquired this. Not inquired it, but
You've seen it.
you've seen it. Yeah, you've
experienced this.
experienced it, because a lot of mobile phone games you download them and then it's like, hey, you can play this for 2 years and get all the points, or you can do it right now for $5.
From Wikipedia,
Right?
the most reliable source on the internet.
Oh, obviously.
In video games, the loot box, sometimes loot crate or prize crate, is consumable virtual item which can be redeemed to receive a randomized selection of further virtual items, ranging from simple customization options for a player's avatar,
Like a new
Shoot.
coat.
like a new coat or a new
Or
skin, make
something
your
of that
character
like-
look
yeah, make your
different,
character cooler.
to game-changing equipment such as weapons and armor,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
It's typically a form of monetization, which is basically like, this is extra income to the company that has created this game.
Exactly.
Right.
You
Now-
like the game, now pay a couple dollars to make your
Sure.
character a little
And
better.
if you've played
you want.
Candy Crush or any sort of game that's on a phone at all,
Yeah.
and you either paid an upfront cost for it or you downloaded it for free, and it says, hey, we're having a sale on this thing. Give us X amount of dollars and we'll give you this in return.
Yeah, you'll get these
And it's all
fun
virtual
things. Yeah,
items.
exactly.
Here-
You'll get 50 power-ups for only $1 right now. Yeah, it's like something.
There's a video game company called Electronic Arts,
EA.
EA, right? And they're currently in a deal with Disney to make exclusively Star Wars games.
Right.
And
They,
they're making,
they've done the last Battlefront games.
They did Battlefront. They're making games for like PC, Xbox, PlayStation 4, to where it's Star Wars licensed games. You're in a game.
Yeah.
What is describe Battlefront for me, Matt? For you.
Battlefront is basically like a Call of Duty or something like it's first-person shooter, run around, do stuff, but you're in Star Wars universe and you get to play as Star Wars characters, and you have different modes and things you can do, but you get to fly the ships, you get to play as Darth Vader, you play as Luke, you play as all the different characters, and you also play as just a ground-level grunt running around, rebel or stormtrooper shooting dudes. Yeah, it's a first-person shooter, essentially,
Yeah, you're
based
right.
in the Star Wars universe. I mean, it is.
It's the same thing
It's
as Call
Nazis.
of Duty.
It's Call of Duty,
Yeah.
exactly. It's exactly
Yeah,
like Call
but
of
you're
Duty.
either rebels or you're the
bunch
Empire.
of rebels or Empire, and you kill things. And
Right.
It's super fun if you're a Star Wars nerd.
And the three of us sitting down here played and enjoyed the first game.
Yeah,
Very much so.
totally loved it. I beat the
So-
crap out of that game.
Here's the thing. EA Studios has come out with a Battlefront 2.
Yeah,
And it includes more of what people wanted from the first game. It's,
which I have not bought yet, and I love Battlefront and I love Star
there's
Wars.
probably a good reason
but
for that.
the reason
because
is what you're saying. Yeah,
they've integrated these loot box systems into the game, to where at first it was a whole thing about you can only progress your character by getting these loot boxes. You open up the loot box, you get a power up called a star card.
Yeah.
That's either going to unlock another
which
character
is a system
for you.
that was from the first game, that was free.
Right, but now
that
in this
you literally
game, you're-
just unlocked by playing the game.
right, you're paying a full price $59.99 MSRP
Yeah,
to
For the
buy a
full
game
game.
for a full game that is then incentivizing you can play the game and get this stuff for free.
yeah.
But the cost versus the time is the issue here, to where it's like you can either
So
pay for
basically,
more loot boxes.
You're able to, whenever I purchase the game for $59.95, I can then spend 15, 20 extra bucks or whatever it is to then make my character level 100 or whatever.
Yeah, basically.
Well, what the kicker is these loot boxes are randomized.
Yeah, that's okay. I will say-
that sucks.
I play a mobile game that is the Star Wars game, I can't remember. It's like Galaxy of
Galaxy
Heroes. I think.
Yeah, sure.
I play that game. I love that game. I play it all the time. Like it's something I play almost every single day on my phone. It's a perfect time killer. Shout out to Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, but it requires you to spend money if you want to do things fast. I've played it because I'm just stubborn as shit, and I've played it every day for like 2 years. So I have a decent like crew of characters and things that I can do. I've progressed in the game enough, but it's taken me 2 years to play this game. But the idea of doing that on a console infuriates me.
How much did you
Because
play? How much did you pay for Galaxy Heroes?
Nothing, exactly. I got it for free. I download it on my phone and I take a crap and play the fucking Galaxy Heroes. But it's one of those things.
I play all those games on the toilet.
But the convenience of that game makes the annoyance of this constant like pay me money if you want extra stuff. The convenience of being able to do it just like quick 15-minute clickety clack and be done means that I just stubbornly don't pay to progress things because I don't care if it's like fun. You got to wait 24 hours to do that. It's like, oh, okay. I'll play it tomorrow.
I'll do it tomorrow.
I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not going to do that with a console game because I paid $60 for that game, and I want to be able to play the game and feel like I've earned the things that I get from the game by me playing the game. That's what made First Battlefront. I leveled up because I played the game, and then I was able to unlock all the costumes and all the different stuff and all the things that I wanted.
That was part of the addictive nature of.
That's the addictive nature of a video game.
Yeah, that it rolls.
Sure.
You buy the thing and then you unlock all these things. Unlocking is a staple of video games.
Unlocking was like whenever we went to
heroin.
Sleep. No, it was whenever we would play it.
You would go to sleep and wake up ready to jump right back in because you got to unlock everything. Skyrim.
Before I had the PlayStation 4, whenever I would come over to your house and we would play it, like we would play it for hours on end, and then at 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever, whenever we got to the next level, like we would play all the way through.
We would play until we got a level.
Until we
and
leveled
like,
up,
all right,
and then
now
we leveled
I
up.
can stop.
Okay, now we have to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Well, and to be fair, in this game, they have there's a bunch of different aspects on this because you could still do that. You could still do that same progression, but the game was incentivized to where you could only earn so many XP for playing so many matches online.
Right.
And then it would start to gate those. It would funnel those.
Well, fuck you.
And you're getting lesser returns because they're trying to incentivize you to spend more money.
That's the problem.
To buy
that
these
I have.
loot boxes to unlock stuff that you could pay for.
That's random, though.
Yeah, that's totally random. Well, that's another thing with the Star Wars game that I was kind of, when you said the randomized thing, sometimes, because even in the game,
you could pick what
build
you wanted
up
to
things,
upload. Yeah,
but I can wait for
Upgrade.
3 weeks and have enough crystals
right
to buy a cool thing. But it's still, I hit do it, and I spend all those crystals I spent those 3 weeks just waiting to get because I'm not going to pay money for them. And then I click the thing, and it's just random. Sometimes it's awesome, but rarely is it awesome.
Sure.
Right.
Because if it was awesome, I wouldn't continue to want to pay for it.
Right.
Like, I get what they're doing, and I understand video games are super hard
and
to
for
make.
A game
and
that you haven't paid a dime for, that makes sense.
It makes sense, exactly.
You can throw $5 to $10 for that game. You've been playing it for 2 years.
Okay,
give them $10.
Yeah, that's a solid
entertainment.
Point.
Yeah, sure.
If you're gonna bleed me to unlock things in the game, that game needs to be free.
Okay, well, here's the thing. People across, like, Reddit blew up. Reddit blew up over this because echoing exactly what you guys are saying. So some of the development team did an AMA, Ask Me Anything, about the feedback that people were getting from this game. And people were so up in arms, and they tried to say, well, we really wanted to enrich the player experience. When you earn...
By taking my money.
When you earn something in that game, we want you to feel like you have a sense of accomplishment to do it.
So pay $5 for it.
I guess, well, okay, what you're saying is their argument...
You don't have to pay for it.
Their argument is that it's
so
hard to get it, you'll feel lovely having it, having not spent the
Having
money. You'll
spent
feel
all
so
that
much
time
better
putting into
as a
it.
gamer having not spent any money to have the Kylo Ren 2 costume.
Right. And this response,
Or like whatever.
This response that EA, the company that manufactured this game, published it, put it out to the public, it has become the most downvoted comment in the history of Reddit.
Reddit history.
Let's hear it.
When I hit this,
Well, the
basically,
quote, yeah, it's just
that's what the quote is. But it's over as of right now. It is 673,000 downvotes.
Nice.
Well, because
Fuck that.
it's bullshit. That's a bullshit move for a company to do. And the problem I fear with it is that it's going to be allowed. They're going to do it. People are going to pay money for it. It's going to continue. And then EA, that owns a lot of titles, they have a ton of stuff.
Star Wars is huge by
But
itself.
Star Wars is enough for them to never have to make another game. But EA makes a ton of games.
True.
And they're going to start doing that. If they make money off this
lot of
with
sports
Battlefront 2,
titles.
they're going to do it with everything else they make. And they make other first-person shooters. It's like EA is an umbrella, man.
Well, you're going to start looking at like they're already doing
They're
a
gonna
lot of
just
their
start
FIFA
doing that.
games, the soccer
Yeah.
games. They're already doing that to where it's like if you're doing a custom roster, you can't just select who you want on your football team. You have to crack packs. You're getting these loot
Right, you have
crates.
the
You're
loot
getting
crate
these things,
stuff.
and it's telling you who's added to your roster, what year they were added to your roster, and they've made more sales off of the FIFA
Okay.
downloadable transactions, microtransactions, than they have from game sales.
Exactly. Here's what I want to know.
Damn.
Here's the question I want to know. When I buy that game and I spend $60 to pay for that game, in my heart, I feel like I'm paying money and that's going to the developers. It's going to the people that made it. They got a paycheck. It's like this is how they're paying themselves back for making this game. Some dude that sweated hours logging stuff into a computer is getting paid
Right.
because I
There's
paid
so
my
many
$60.
people going into this.
The money I'm putting in
programming
to buy an
everything.
extra outfit and to buy the bullshit and
Right.
to buy all the
Somebody
stuff.
had to design
Is that going to the designer though? Is that going to somebody else that's doing it, or is that going straight to the company?
I would be inclined to say that you're already paying $60 for that game.
Because that's why paying $60 to a game is crazy still to me. I still feel like $60 is
Well, here's
insane
the thing.
for a game, but at the same time, I pay it because I'm like, man, a lot like 1,000 people went into making this game, $60, whatever. I need to do my part. It, like a conscious consumer kind
Okay.
of thing. Like when I'm buying a game, it's like I love Rockstar games. I'm gonna pay money for Rockstar games every time they come out because I like the company. I want the company to do more.
Okay, well, sure. Here's a point for you though. Is this whole thing viable? Because games cost $60. A video game costs more money to make than a motion picture on average.
Well, and it's already a dying industry though. Is this the savior? Is that what kind of you're asking? It's
it's the price point that it's like it costs more money to make. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to cost more money than it took to make Inception. These are things to where it's like, but when you look
Right.
at it, bang for your buck, video games are cheap. Even if you're getting 60 hours
Well,
of
yeah,
content
well-
out of a video game, that's $1 an hour.
Well, exactly.
You don't get that
It
anywhere
costs
else.
more than Inception, but Inception is only 2 hours long or whatever. It's like with a video game, I'm investing weeks of my life.
So think
Yeah,
about
with a
the
video
return
game,
on that,
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Versus a movie, think about the return on that. You go in and you pay, some people are paying $12, $14, even upwards of that for a movie ticket for 2.5
way
hours
more.
of time.
But that is a passive experience. With video
With a
games,
video
it's
game,
an
it's
active experience.
it's
And
a
all
very
but
active.
all those people got to get paid. So here's the question. Do you charge more for video games in general? Would you pay $80 for Red Dead Redemption 2 if you never had to pay for any online transactions for anything?
I honestly would. I honestly think that I would. I would rather pay more money up front for a video game
And get the full experience?
and get the full experience
No,
and
but
never
we
have to
also have
worry.
to
We'll
pay
never have to
for-
worry that I'm going to be online with some dudes or I'm going to be doing something, and because I didn't spend the extra $50, I'm so
Yeah.
far behind.
You just get your
I gotta
ass
grind.
hammered
I gotta
the entire
grind
time.
just to live in this game. Yeah.
We also have to pay for, like the PlayStation, $30 a month for,
America's the only place that does this, though. Japan, you'll pay $80-$100 for a game.
But you get everything?
No, it's the same token, but I mean, it's like, this is how much it costs to make games. So sometimes if it's a big
games
release,
are just more expensive.
they're just
overseas.
more expensive everywhere else in the world except for America.
Yeah, I mean,
And we're the largest market for video games.
well, I really like Star Wars.
Everybody does, yeah, sure.
But I love that stuff. Like, and Battlefront has been out, and I love the first one. And you saw me geek out over that game.
Oh, yeah,
and,
Matt
and
played a
lose my
lot of
stuff over
Battlefront.
that game.
He played a lot of Battlefront.
And I've been watching every trailer, every information that's happened.
And it
for
looks like a
Battlefield
great
2.
game.
It looks amazing.
It looks
and
like a great
everything I
game.
see, I'm like, oh my god, they're doing this, they're doing that. Oh, this is going to be great. They're doing all these things,
Beautiful.
and I still haven't purchased that game because of the fact that because of this, because of the idea that I'm going to pay money for this game, and if I don't have the hours to invest in it, I won't experience the joy of it.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this up pretty quick because I want to try and keep this pretty succinct here, but I've got 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
Number 1 is that there's a lot of people out there that are combated against this. We've seen it on Reddit, how many people think this is a bad idea. Now in Hawaii, we have government officials looking into this game to judge if this is gambling. Is this a form of gambling? And if it's a form of gambling and a parent buys a thing for a kid, are you pandering to a child to gamble with their parents' credit card or whatever?
No, it's not gambling because
I don't know though.
No,
It's
because,
randomized results.
no, because you're not.
The randomization though,
Okay,
it's
you
somebody.
No, you can't acquire more. It's not gambling.
You're saying because it's all virtual,
No,
you're
because-
not really getting anything.
I guess you don't
No,
get
no, if-
anything.
if you-
you don't
if
get
you-
you don't get any money. It's not like
There's
you
no
put $5
monetary
in and you're going to get
compensation.
20 back. Yeah.
No, at the point whenever
That is
whenever
gambling.
whenever you're playing the video game and you put in and you purchase 5 credits, and those 5 credits you can get more credits with it. It's not gambling. You're not.
It's right, but you're not going to get a gain that's more than the money you put into it because you're not getting money back. Yeah, it really isn't gambling. I don't think it is either. I don't like it, but I don't think it's gambling.
If anything, it's
clever marketing.
It's not even marketing. It's fucking. It's almost robbery.
It's a company.
No.
Well, I
No,
would say
no,
from
honestly,
playing
honestly,
devil's advocate, I believe with you.
No, what you said
No.
a minute ago. What you said a minute
Play
ago
it.
is like, would you charge at like the $80, the whatever? It's like, no, charge me $100 up front, and let me know that I get after I spend the $100, I can spend
I'm
the
fully
hours
unlocked.
playing this game, and I'm fully unlocked, and I can do all the shit. But whenever you sell me a game for $60 and like, oh, wait a minute, you got to spend this extra
Yeah, it's like
20
fooling me.
to do it. It's like that's robbery. That's
It's
like,
hidden-
no, I can't really experience the full thing.
It's a cell phone plan. It's hidden charges.
No, it's
that
Pringles.
same
Yeah,
thing where it's like
Pringles
well,
making the
it's
big
like you
can,
only
but
play
filling it
$60,
halfway.
but also you pay this 20, and well, you're gonna pay this other 5, and well, you're gonna need to pay this.
Let me
Yeah,
put it into a
shit's
perfect,
expensive.
Yeah.
let me put it into a perfect context that you guys will get completely. If the way I see it, right?
Right.
It's like if we're looking at time versus money, I buy a game like Far Cry.
Yeah.
For $60.
Yeah.
How much time am I gonna get out of that game? And it's whatever
Oh, a million hours.
whatever I want to put into it, right? Or Skyrim or something
Far
like
Cry,
that.
fun game.
It's whatever kind of time you want to put into that as the experience you're gonna get for
Yeah.
that $60.
Yeah.
But what if they were to say that it's like you pay us $60, but you can't just upgrade your weapons on your own. Like we need you to. We're gonna give you randomized stuff, and you'll get this certain gun, or you'll get this certain
But
outfit.
that's the thing, is the randomized thing. like
hate
fuck
it.
all
I
the
hate it.
randomized idea. Because the reason why, whenever we played it, like, okay, for instance, myself, I'm speaking only for myself, that I purchased Far Cry, the last Far
Primal.
Cry, the Primal. I purchased it for
Shout
like
out
$15
Far Cry
or
Primal.
yeah. Shout out to Far Cry Primal.
Good game. Going
Good game.
Badass.
Get it super
Sale,
cheap
get
right
it,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, you
So,
can always get it.
I
super
purchased
cheap.
it whenever I was okay. Little backstory: had a brain tumor. Spent a lot of time on the couch. While I was on the couch, recuperating, learning how to walk and see and stuff again, I purchased
Kind of that
Far Cry Primal. It was awesome because I had nothing but time to sit and fuck
Sure.
with it. You know,
But you know
Exactly.
what?
So-
You know what? Little Timmy Smith doesn't have as much time as you got. He's got
Exactly.
school, man. But if he can get his parents' credit card, he can pay an extra $3 to get that spear upgrade a lot faster than you did.
but
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't
true.
have. But even if that was an option,
You still wouldn't have done it.
hell
I
no.
think that's a resolution, right?
I think
Games
it's a
are going to
bad
continue
idea.
to
Yeah.
do this. This is going to be a thing that's going to be
I'm so-
ongoing because it is very expensive
But
to pay
think
a
about
game.
the idea it puts in you as a consumer.
Well, a lot of people are afraid that if they up the prices for
dangerous
something,
is that
that
idea?
hey, you're going to play the
Well,
new Final Fantasy, you
okay.
can play this game for 80 hours. We're going to charge $80
Well-
for it. It's like people are the companies are afraid to do that.
Yeah.
Proof. We play video games.
Yeah.
You
Love 'em.
guys more than myself, but we all play video games
Yeah.
and we all purchase the things. We just talked about downloading content from the internet and playing it.
DLC.
Okay.
I've paid
so-
for DLC,
Exactly. We all have.
Sure, yeah.
which is basically the same thing.
I don't have a problem with DLC.
We all
But
have.
DLC, it's like a
But
whole.
I
I'm
don't have
going
a
to pay
problem with
for
that.
new missions
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
We have talked about purchasing the $1 million card on Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Multiple,
I've done it. I've done it.
multiple times. You
Also-
you bought it?
I bought one
P-
oh, well,
PSA.
fuck you. I didn't know you bought it.
for $1 million. Yeah.
Oh, because we.
Oh no,
okay.
he didn't pay the money. Did you pay money?
Yeah,
To
it's
get the
like,
$1 million?
you paid
Yeah, it's like
$20.
$20. Yeah.
So exactly. So you've purchased it.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know.
You're
I
a
was
part
like,
of the problem,
okay.
Brad.
Well, yeah.
Not
well,
really.
Grand Theft Auto is
I
a
know,
different
Grand Theft
example to
Auto.
me.
Well, what
Well, I was
about
going to say
is
quick
gone,
quick
yeah.
PSA.
I don't want to keep this too long.
quick
but
quick PSA. Grand Theft Auto online. Make
Well,
things
no,
make
anybody
things
who's
cheaper.
listening to
Make
this
things
knows, yeah.
cheaper to
Yeah.
get, man.
Yeah, make it
It's
cheaper.
that's
it's part of the same problem, dude.
that's
That's
B
exactly
to the
what they're
S,
doing.
man.
Which doesn't make sense to me because, come on, Rockstar, come on. You guys have made plenty of money off that
Well,
game.
here's what I'm worried about. Red Dead 2, they're going to come out with it, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to blow everybody's tits off, and then they're going to be like, oh, but you can have, if you want a horse with spawns, you got to pay $15.
To our beautiful, wonderful, lovely, intelligent listeners, to you guys, have you looked in the mirror today?
Yeah, have you, stopped what you're doing? Whatever you're listing this on, if you could go to the nearest mirror
Just
and
look in
look
the
at
mirror.
yourself, god damn, you look good.
You look really good.
You look super good today.
Hey, ask yourself a simple question: do I feel good? And if the answer is not yes,
You're wrong. Because
then you need
should,
to go
'cause you're doing
and
it.
write a question in to hotsciencepodcast31@gmail.com. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Instagram or Snapchat or any of those social
Any of
media
those
sites.
social media sites.
I've made a whole bunch of them.
yeah
Just send me
emails
something.
for days.
It's time for movie talk. Ladies and gentlemen, entering the ring, Christmas movies.
Woo!
Christmas movie.
Talking Christmas movies. It's December. Well, it's
Okay,
December.
so-
This is the December podcast. This is coming out where it's close to Christmas
Sweet
time.
Christmas.
Jingle bells just everywhere. And we're going to talk about Christmas movies. We're going to get in to the favorite Christmas movies.
So we're gonna have a Christmas movie.
This is a
fight?
Christmas battle, though. This is not just a normal Christmas movie. This is a
Well-
Christmas movie fight.
Who's
Brad.
going first?
You're pointing. I have no idea what you're.
All right, give us.
pointing.
Okay, if I'll go first. If you want me to name a
Yeah.
Christmas movie that I think is number one Christmas
We're doing
movie
movie
for
fights.
me.
Let me set up what movie.
Oh, that's what I was going to
movie
say. You
Christmas
got to
fight.
set it up. You got to set
Okay,
it up.
basically what it is, you got plenty of Christmas movies out there.
So many.
All right.
Too many.
Which one's the best one?
Best Christmas movie.
What's the best Christmas movie? and you sweet, lovely listeners probably have your own idea. Matt Forgy, what is your contender for ultimate Christmas movie of all
Ultimate
time?
Christmas movie for me. First off, I would like to start with a caveat. And I would like to take
Good
Die Hard out of the list unless one of you have picked it. Because
Die
people
Hard is a Christmas
people
movie.
throw
It
that
is a Christmas
around,
movie, I'll
and,
give
and
you
Die
that.
Hard is a great movie. Die Hard is not the greatest Christmas movie.
No,
it
it is
the
an
greatest
action
movie.
movie that takes place
That
during
takes place
Christmas.
during
that takes
Christmas.
place during Christmas.
I'll give you that.
But let's just
It's
go
about
ahead and knock that
semantics.
off because
Yeah.
I would say Die Hard if I had to choose, and that's like, well, Die Hard's it's only in Christmas category. I'd have to pick Die Hard, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's an action movie. But for Christmas movies, I go Scrooged with Bill Murray.
Nice.
Good choice.
Excellent.
Scrooged with Bill Murray
Good choice.
because
Excellent.
I love that movie. And there are a lot of good movies out there. There's some really heartwarming, like touching Christmas movies. And
But
that movie
Yes.
gets you in the feels at the end, but
Matt
takes
Forty.
you on a hilarious journey with Bill Murray.
Explain Christmas. Explain this
Scrooge,
movie.
explain Scrooge?
Explain
Okay.
Scrooge.
Quick
Short
short
synopsis.
synopsis for Scrooge is that it's basically Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol,
Nice.
but with Bill Murray and the 80s
Adequate.
And the
at
80s.
at a TV station. And it's directed by Richard Donner, by the way. It's just it's literally goes to Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future. Bill Murray is the main character. He's going through all these things. He's the Scrooge, but he's a head of a TV studio. And hilariously, Inception in the movie, they're putting on a version of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Story in the movie. And then he himself gets A Christmas Story. And everybody knows the Christmas Story. And that's the movie. But it's such a good movie because he's hilarious in it. It's classic Bill Murray, 80s Bill Murray. But it's got Karen Allen in it, and she's one of the best ladies in the 80s. And that movie gets better with age for me. Because when I saw it as a kid, it's funny, and it's got the Christmas Story, and then it all wraps up. There's literally a Tiny Tim in the movie. There's all this stuff, but it's such a great satire
Oh yeah,
of TV studios and the way things work and the 80s itself, that rewatching that movie, every year that movie gets funnier. The more adult you get, the more jokes you get.
the more
the
adult
funnier,
you get.
but really, like the older you get, you start all the cynicism. That movie is so cynical and fucked up but hilarious, man. It's got Bobcat Goldthwait in it.
Bobcat.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what I
Bobcat
was going to say.
Goldthwait, man,
Bobcat's in that movie.
gets fired and like he's
Bob Cratchit.
He's Bob Cratchit,
Yeah.
basically, exactly. Like you got all these awesome characters, and it's super funny. It's got some of the greatest performances from a bunch of people, and like every Murray is in that movie. Like every
Yeah,
single
that's true.
Murray
That's true.
is in that.
good.
The whole family of Murrays. Also, Bill Murray literally talks to the audience at the end of that movie and tells you to have a great time. Where he's like, people in the crowd. Where they're all singing at the end. You guys remember
That's
that
true.
movie
Oh, yeah.
as much
Oh,
as
yeah.
I do? Because I love that
Inception
movie.
movie.
But okay, I could talk forever about that movie, but that's my. Do you have any questions about it, or is that
Do you
that's
have any questions?
because
about
I'll
Scrooge?
tell you about it. But I love that movie. That's my number one pick.
Matt
Nice.
Livingston, what is your contender for ultimate Christmas movie?
My ultimate Christmas movie has got to be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I
Christmas
knew you were going
Vacation.
to go there.
And it's
Well,
good.
I mean, honestly, what is this? December 4th? I've watched it 4 times already.
yeah, it's a good Christmas movie. That was
Before December.
that
even.
was
Yeah.
a hard choice for me between Scrooged and that because those are right up there.
It has so many. I mean, okay, number 1, Cousin Eddie. That's my number 1.
Cousin Eddie. Yeah.
Everybody's
Well,
got
just-
a cousin Eddie.
Well, just fire Chevy Chase, man. Chevy
Fire
Chase in
Chevy
his
Chase.
prime. Chevy
But-
Chase when he was
but
fucking
see, but
ruling
what's
the world, man.
crazy-
That's perfect Chevy
No,
Chase.
but what we were talking about was whenever I first watched this movie, I was 9.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I saw in it whenever I first watched it, but now I'm 35.
It's like it
And-
transcends.
And it's the same. No, but I don't know. I don't know what it is about this movie in particular, but it's got the whole family. It's got it's got all
I
the
will say,
dynamics.
when he's up in the attic in that movie watching those
Oh,
old
yeah.
movies of his family, that like makes me want to cry every time I see that movie. Where it's like that movie's got some good heart. A Christmas movie gotta have good heart. That's a requirement for a Christmas movie. Gotta have those hearts, going. I remember the first time I watched Scrooged. Actually, as a child, it scared the shit out of
Oh
me.
yeah,
Yeah,
Because
when-
there
It's
is
like
some there is
Pee-wee.
some
It's
violence
fucking
Yeah, when
in
terrifying.
he's-
Scrooge,
when
man.
Future opens
Oh
up
my
his
god,
clothes-
yeah, exactly. There's some creepy shit in Scrooge. Spoiler alert and warning. Don't let your
Warning.
small kids
It's rated
watch
PG-13
Scrooge, but
for
yeah,
region
it's
kids.
PG-13, but there is some creepy shit in it. But again, as you get more adult, you're like, this is hilarious, man.
But Christmas
I love
movie,
that adulting, and that as you get more adult.
Yeah.
That's
But
Christmas
it really,
Vacation's
as
the
more-
same
yeah,
way.
Christmas Vacation gets better. It really
Yeah.
does. Like the
You
older you
identi-
get, you
No,
identify
you
more with
yeah,
the main character's
Rusty.
situation.
Yeah.
Because when you watch a Christmas
Not
movie as a
Rusty.
kid,
Sparky.
you see it from the kid's
Sparky.
perspective.
Yeah, and when you start as a Rusty and you end up as a
You
Sparky.
end up as a
It's
Sparky,
my Simpsons
exactly.
idea. The idea that whenever we were young, it was Bart Simpson.
We
and don't
identify
have
with
a
Bart
car
Simpson.
now.
Sure, and
We
then as
identify
now
you
you
get
with
get
older,
Bart.
now
older.
you're Homer.
And now we're Homer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are Homer. And so now, whenever you watch The Simpsons, it's based on
Yeah, it's a
Homer.
different level. All right,
comedy change.
we got Scrooge, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Bradford, what is your contender?
I'm gonna fly in the face of everything we said earlier, where you were like, Die Hard isn't a Christmas.
Oh man, are
movie.
you going Die Hard?
I'm not going Die Hard. I'm going Gremlins.
Oh
Nice.
shit! Nice.
Gremlins. Okay,
Gremlins.
again, another movie that was on my list. That was these movies that we're talking
Excellent.
about were my top 3 picks.
Gremlins.
And I had to pick which one I liked of those.
Gremlins to me is one of those movies that's like it doesn't have to
Gremlins.
happen on Christmas,
But the fact
but
that
the
it
But it
does.
fact
did.
that it does.
But it's the gift. It's the gift of the Mogwai, man.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta be
yeah,
gifted
you
that
gotta
thing.
get the Mogwai, and it's
Yeah.
like once you see the Gremlins start to form, at first you're like, oh fuck, this is gonna be such an awful situation for everybody. But as an audience member, the Gremlins are fun.
Oh man, yeah.
We're watching movies.
Is that a
we're-
Richard
we're
Donner
making
movie, too?
popcorn. It might be a Richard Donner
I think
movie. Yeah,
I
it might
think
be.
Richard Donner might be the king of Christmas
It might
movies
be.
here.
Yeah, but it's one of those movies to where it's like every Christmas. I'm a
He
horror
has this
buff.
weird Christmas idea.
I'm a horror buff. I wish Halloween was every day of the year.
Yeah, true.
And it's like, so for Christmas, you're combining like we're a holiday where it's all joyous and everybody should be loving everyone, with murder and death and violence and mischief and just bad shit. And it's like the Gremlins are nasty. They kill people. They want to rip people apart. But at the same time, it's like, you know, we all gotta.
Joe Dante. Sorry, Gremlins was,
It's Joe
was by
Dante,
Joe Dante.
okay.
Sorry,
all
that
I'm
just
saying
came
is
to me.
Christmas movie. I thought about Die Hard. I thought about like
Yeah,
Miracle on 34th Street. You're putting a thing in a microwave and blowing it up. That's my favorite Christmas movie.
Oh man,
Nice.
well, Gremlins is a great Christmas movie, man, because it really it encapsulates Christmas with a ridiculous horror movie idea. It's great. I almost picked that one.
I give it
honestly.
an A+.
I almost picked all 3 of these. I don't know how we're gonna determine which one is the best.
Well, we're not going to determine.
That's
We're
just
going to
up-
let our beautiful, lovely
Yeah.
listeners to figure out which
Determine
one is
that.
the best one.
Although I will say, I have a lot of weird categories for Christmas movies, much like all movies.
Yeah, just leave
But-
it in the comments, you know.
Yeah,
whatever-
leave in the
whatever.
comments or whatever. Like, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
If it tickles my fancy, I might give you a shout out.
Yeah,
Just saying.
but I have different versions. Like, there are family movies, Christmas family movies, that are like just
Are
sap.
we talking Lifetime stuff here?
Well, no, I'm talking no, because Lifetime Christmas movies are the worst, man. Like, I have a daughter who likes to watch Lifetime Christmas
Shit.
movies, and they're the worst. Christmas
They're the
Prince,
worst.
Christmas Prince on Netflix. If you watch that, you have done a disservice to Netflix.
So if you're out there right now, please watch the following movies if you haven't seen them.
Scrooged,
National Lampoon's Vegas
Vegas Vacation, dude. Okay,
Yes,
first
dude.
off, watch National Lampoon's Vegas
Yeah.
Vacation, but before that, watch Christmas
National Lampoon's
Vacation.
Christmas Vacation. Hold on.
Christmas Vacation, yes.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
And Gremlins.
Nice.
Watch those 3 movies. and maybe A Christmas Story. Honorable mention.
Oh,
Christmas
okay.
Story.
I was gonna say A Christmas Story, but that's again in one of those like weird family movie. Cause like, I will say Miracle on 31st Street. That's
No.
not a great movie, and
No.
A Wonderful Life. Don't care.
No.
Okay.
Don't care.
It's a good
See,
movie.
I've
Don't
seen
care.
it. I've seen it like 1,000
Good.
times.
Don't
It's
care.
always on. Don't
Still
care.
don't care.
Don't care. Some of the claymation stuff is cool, like Rudolph stuff like that. But
Okay.
I don't put those in. Like, I'm not gonna sit down and watch that as a movie.
It's time to vote.
Vote.
I'm gonna give it to Christmas Vacation.
You're gonna give it to Christmas Vacation
Yeah.
number 1. I thought we were. I thought we weren't voting.
Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments. Okay, guys. This
Well,
is
because I guess Christmas Vacation wins out because 2 against 1. I lose out. Christmas Vacation, man. I see.
hey, if you're a Brad, watch Gremlins.
Yeah,
Everybody else watch Christmas Vacation and then watch Scrooge.
and then watch
after
Scrooge.
that.
That's
No,
a great
honestly,
double feature,
No,
man.
what you should do is you should order Domino's and watch all
Watch
3.
all of
There
them.
you go.
Yeah,
And then the next day, watch Christmas Story.
yeah.
This next segment is called Centipedes Are the Worst.
Centipedes. Animal ranking.
No,
Centipedes.
No, we
F
rate.
sharp.
We got to rate.
Rate the animal.
Centipedes.
Centipedes. I'm going to say that we've talked about several animals on this show. We have ranked those animals,
Mm-hmm.
and we have yet to rank an animal as C or below.
Yeah, and I'm gonna rank this one.
Centipedes.
I'm gonna give centipede an incomplete because that's not even a real fucking
I'm
animal.
going to go ahead and stamp them with an F.
Yeah,
And I'll tell you why. Because they're huge. They can get real big. They're real ugly. They're
they're
poisonous,
poisonous as shit. Yeah,
right? And what do? Food chain or whatever, right?
barely.
But
Just
other than
barely.
that, they're just weird aliens that came to this planet and want to kill us. And
I-
that's why
okay.
they made that's
If
why
there
they
is
made
a-
a video game called Centipede,
Yeah.
because it's like they're gonna kill you, dude.
Yeah, if there is a scientist out there who can tell me why the centipede matters,
That's not just a
I'll
weirdo
listen to
centipede
it.
guy.
but I'm just saying because I honestly think you remove centipedes from the entire food chain.
Who
You
cares?
take them off the face of the earth.
It's done.
I think the
Who
world,
cares? It's
world
fine.
keeps on rolling, man. Like,
Everything's fine.
Life is fine without
Nobody
the
cares about
centipede.
centipedes.
Nobody gives a shit. Yeah.
Matt Livingston, do you have anything positive to say about centipedes?
Nothing positive, really.
Yeah. Nobody does. When's the last
I've-
time you saw a centipede and you were like, oh, how majestic?
I don't think I've ever seen a centipede. I mean, I've seen maybe a.
Maybe a millipede.
I've never
no,
seen
no,
one in
millipede,
person.
That's a million.
That's a million pedes, dude.
Yeah, it's a
The
million
centipedes are
peas.
big and
I'm
gross and
mildly
scary.
retarded.
Yeah.
They can get to like a foot long, and they're just gross, giant centipedes that want to kill
Well,
you.
I'm going to give a centipede a B.
A
You're
bee?
insane. You're insane, my friend.
That's
For
a
Bear
high grade,
Grylls.
man.
Because Bear Grylls would eat that motherfucker.
Well, sure, you can
You
eat
give it an
them.
E.
Give it a- No, it's a B.
Because it's below an F, and it's or no, yeah. It's
Straight
not.
F.
It's not actually.
It's
It's
not.
above an F.
I will say, I looked on because I
This
was
is a
researching this.
science program.
Again, not science.
I researched shittiest animals. Okay, and centipedos
Is
is
number
up there.
one,
If you
man.
Google-
It's-
if you
Is it
Google, like,
number
worst
one? Is there a
animals,
number
it's-
one?
Well, I mean, there's various different opinions on the internet.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's.
Right,
You're
it's
asking
the
the
internet.
internet what's the shittiest
But it's
animal.
like, here's
You're
the
gonna
benefits.
get a
The
lot
benefits of a centipede is like you can eat them
of. Yeah.
if you cook them,
And you can also eat cockroaches.
and
It's true. In a dangerous situation, I could drink my own urine, but
Yeah.
I don't rank it as a
People
bee.
in China eat 'em.
I don't drink it. I don't rank it as a beverage.
Yeah.
there are
Yeah, I
some,
don't rank it up there with sodas.
there are some
Yeah.
Chinese street vendors that will grill centipedes and you can eat them, and
Right.
that is the only positive
They're
thing I
probably
found
delicious.
about centipedes. Other than that, they suck and they're horrible animals, and I rate them an F minus. Matt Forgy, what's your grade?
I give them the lowest grade you can give them, F minus, man. If it on a letter grade, F minus.
Okay, we're
'Cause
giving them
I'm giving them an incomplete because they did not even pass the course
we're giving
to
them a
become an
solid D.
animal in my mind.
Fuck centipedes.
I'm gonna say consensus solid D.
Yep.
Okay, your
Yeah.
B, your insane B grade for them brings them up to a D.
It was for Bear Grylls, so it okay.
You can
Fuck
give
centipedes.
Hey, Bear Grylls, A. All right, that guy's not an A plus. I still give that. He slept in hotels.
Yeah,
Guy's
that's
A.
true. I
Anyway.
still give him a B.
Guys, that's gonna be a hot science podcast.
Is that it?
That's the hot science
That's the
for the
hot
week.
science
That is the
for the
hot
week.
science for the week.
Barely science.
Be sure to check us out on Facebook. Tweet us at Hot Science Pod and send your questions and comments to hotsciencepodcast31@gmail.com. I'm Brad Cotter,
Matt Livingston.
And I'm Matt Forkey.
and we will see you next week.
Bye.